Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Saturday Night Special, the show that's like that weird itch you get after that one night stand. We got a lot of cool stuff here. It looks like Matt's running late. Hopefully, he shows up soon. But we got a pretty interesting show to say the least for you. We got a lot of fun stuff. We're going to be talking Rob Liefeld. We're going to be talking some Spidey. We're going to be talking a little bit of music type news. I might start with that while we're waiting for Matt. We got so much in store, so just hang out, come take a chill, open that drink, and let's get the show started. Welcome, welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? Is everybody up and ready like my A1C is?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm so hyped. For the top 5 this week.
Oh, man,
You and Matt really outdid yourselves.
I think so. We're trying to step up the show, trying to make it as much fun as we possibly can. And I think our top 5 this week really hones in on us just trying to have fun.
That's right.
You have an interesting week. What?
We did have an interesting week. We had 2 really good interviews this week on Thresholds of Reality. Yeah, yesterday we talked to one of our favorite guests, the wonderful, lovely Deb Antich, the traveling psychic. She had a lot to say about kind of where she sees, with the Spidey sense effect, what she sees coming down the pike. We also talked to our good friend Rita Olson from Arizona Ghost Adventures and kind of recapped our ghost hunt from last month, finally, at the Bullion Plaza, which was featured on Ghost Hunters this week.
Awesome. I know, it's awesome, right?
They scared themselves. We were there. I don't think you or I ever flinched.
No ghosts.
We're not afraid of no ghosts.
And remember, everybody stick around. We're going to have giveaways for 2,000 subs for Renovision. So stick around. I'm going to have to pull up some kind of wheel or something once Matt gets here so we can get everybody's name in. But there's only 2 of us right now. So just bear with us.
So we're only at 99% power. When Matt gets here, we'll get to 100% power.
Yeah. But I guess I'll start off with something I was going to talk about a little bit later, but I'm going to throw it out now. As everybody knows, I'm a huge Ghost fan. I love the band Ghost. I see them every time they come. They're, but this kind of bugged me for some reason. And this is kind of the same thing when the UFC started to have like Harley Davidson and Budweiser sponsor them and stuff. I just thought it went overboard. And this is Poppy Demetrius will he threw out the ceremonial first pitch at the Chicago White Sox versus the Cleveland Guardians. I didn't know the name until I read this article. He threw it out on Thursday. But why? Fucking why? Why does he need to do that? He's a rock star. He doesn't need to be throwing out first pitches. It doesn't need to be like
Papa
that.
Emeritus the 4th.
Yeah, so every album that comes out, he changes to a different Papa.
Oh, well, Papa
There's
means
been 1,
both,
2,
correct?
3, and 4. So, but
so he threw the first pitch on Thursday.
Yeah, at the Chicago White Sox game.
Well, that's kind of weird.
I thought it was.
Hartman, throwing a pitch is an honor.
I didn't say he asked to do it. I just said more of why. It just means it's.
But it's like 2 worlds colliding. They're just very distinct energies. Baseball game, death metal. It's very different.
Obviously, you've never listened to Ghosts
Obviously.
because they are not death metal.
I don't know. Yeah, you tell me.
They're like my son calls them Scooby-Doo rock.
Scooby-Doo rock.
You think evil, but it's more like Scooby-Doo. I know he might have been asked, but if I was him, I would say no. Or I'd Baba Booey the throw, and it would just be some wild ass pitch. I wouldn't do it. And and I hate to use the term sellout.
But you're going to.
But I'm going to. I just think, I don't know.
Ed, I'm sure Kyle would throw out the pitch if he was asked to do it.
No.
I would totally do it. I would try to make it a good pitch.
I would say that's a hard pass. But Ed likes giveaways. We're going to be doing some cool giveaways tonight. Matt's in charge of the giveaway. And I'm going to wait for Matt, but we have probably one of the best Marco stories that you could ever imagine. I thought it was the best Marco story. I don't want to give too much away, but once Matt hurries up and gets here, we're going to do this. But it looks like he's not. Yeah, still. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, I guess.
You got a little bit of humbug. You're like, you can't have this kind of fun. You have to stay in your lane. Have your own kind of fun only. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What if he's a baseball fan?
He's from Sweden. There are no baseball fans in Sweden.
You don't think? They got a national team.
I'm sure he is. I mean, baseball's, the sport of the world, not soccer. So I assume that it's, I don't know. But anything with you going on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some stuff that I want to talk about later in the show, but today is my son's birthday. And
me too, Ed.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, we're waiting for Matt. But other than that, yeah, it's just the stuff we'll talk about when we talk about dodgeball. Yeah, got something really interesting happening with dodgeball.
Why don't we? Let me see. This just messes it all up. Look, why don't we do anime while we're waiting for Matt?
Let's hit it.
So let me get this all queued up.
I think that's a great idea. Let's hit the anime. What up, everybody? Welcome to Big News, Anime News. With your boy, Triple D Dodgeball, Sam. This week's WTF manga is actually one that I really enjoyed. It came out a couple years ago. It's called That Time I Reincarnated as Yamcha. For those of you familiar with the Dragon Ball series, do you have that slide or anything for that website maybe? So there's a guy the story follows a guy who is really into Dragon Ball, and he loves Yamcha. Yamcha is his favorite character. And one day he dies, and he comes back to life as Yamcha in the actual Dragon Ball series. But having read the whole series, now he knows the path to take to make sure that Yamcha is the most powerful of all the characters. This is a really fun series. It's a take on the isekai model. For those of you who are familiar with or unfamiliar with that term, isekai means another world. And it's a common kind of manga trope these days where you take someone from our world and you put them in another world. It's a formula that's been repeated many times. Some of the popular ones are That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, which is where the title of this particular series comes from. There's another one called Sword Art Online, which is an isekai type show or type kind of a very popular one that kicked things off. But yeah, there's another one very similar to the isekai model called Solo Leveling that's very popular. But the reason why I picked this one for the WTF is because it's so hilarious and it's so fun. And Yamcha has kind of dropped off the radar. We don't see Yamcha anymore in the series since his main love interest married Vegeta. So I highly recommend everybody checking out That Time I Reincarnated as Yamcha for a WTF manga of the week. All right, next.
You can take that off, Matt. I'm building the wheel. So if you want to start the show off again for the beginning of the slideshow, I'm entering in names right now.
I can't control the slideshow.
Can you just do it, Kyle? He doesn't have access to it. All right, next up, we're looking at a couple of news headlines. The first of which is you got too many things, too many tasks. You're multitasking.
Well, I took it off because I'm working on something else.
Yeah, and then we got
Here, hold on.
I got hold on. Just let me.
got to move the comment. Yeah, there we go. Me and Roboko anime is scheduled to start broadcasting on December 4th. Now, this is kind of an interesting one. They're going to be 5-minute episodes, which isn't real common. Usually, but they have started doing some kind of vignettes. There was one called Pop Team Epic that is kind of like that. A bunch of little vignettes kind of strung together. And Me and Roboko is a gag manga, and the real reason I wanted to talk about this is because of the cover of Volume 10 of Me and Roboko is an homage to the Chainsaw Man Volume 1 cover. And anybody who knows me, they know I like Chainsaw Man, and I thought this was just a fantastic homage. She's playing with water guns, but it looks just like the Chainsaw Man where he's dicing up people and the blood spurts out green. So a really cool homage cover. Look for that Roboko anime in December. And then the second headline for a lot of folks, I mean, Hunter x Hunter is a very popular title. Volume 37 is going on sale November 4th. And this is not going to be any new chapters. That still has yet to be announced. This is the last set of old chapters that had yet to be put into a volume format. So look for Volume 37 of Hunter x Hunter on sale November 4th. November 4th is going to be a very busy day. A lot of things dropping November 4th. New anime, the One Piece film Red is hitting November 4th. And there's Enola Holmes 2 is coming on November 4th. So a lot of stuff coming on November 4th. And that's it for the big news.
Okay, if you're watching and you haven't said anything yet, please say something so I can get your name in the first drawing. So,
is that drawing happening mid-show or end-show or top of the show?
We're just going to do... I know Matt's got something that he's doing. I'm just going to throw in a couple giveaways. I promised Wednesday that I'd give away a slab. So here in a minute, I'm going to go get it, and we can make that...
Matt has nothing.
Oh, you didn't get anything?
No, nothing. None of the stars had anything.
Okay.
So the giveaways, how many giveaways are we doing tonight?
I don't know. I'll have to dig. Hey, if we get 50 people in the chat, I'll tell you right now, I'll give away this.
8 billion genies. When does that series start?
It's out right now.
It's like 4 or 5 issues in.
No. I'm talking about I thought it was picked up for an adaptation.
So I think I got everything.
I think it's just in the very early stages of.
Once we hit 20, I'll do our first giveaway. If we can hit 20 listeners, I'll give a slab away.
All right. So what have we touched on so far?
Just the anime stuff.
Anime, and we talked the Ghost Story.
All right. Well then, let's start with some news, I guess. Go for it, Kyle.
So, I don't have the article up, but I read that the news story states that America's favorite superhero is Spider-Man, and they beat the runners-up, which I don't have the article up, so I don't know who the runners-up are now. So,
Kyle.
Do you want me to dig it up?
Yeah, dig it up.
I got it. Hold on.
So, just remember, if you're watching, I think I've got everybody so far in the chat. Repair Tech Tony's asking if you've read the Dragon Quest manga.
I have not read the Dragon Quest manga because it's not part of the weekly Shonen Jump. You have to pay extra for it. So usually
Don't
I like
be cheap,
to get a little
Sam. Don't be cheap.
Oh, I'm cheap. I'm cheap, and I'll tell you why I'm cheap. You'll see at the end of the show.
So it says Spider-Man is the most popular superhero in 25 of America's 50 states, a new study has found. In a new survey by Wise Voter on Americans' favorite superhero, Spider-Man was voted the favorite in 25 states, with the closest runner-up being Batman with just 10 states. Spider-Man did not just win 25 states, though. He appears in the top 5 in a whopping 48 states. Other heroes who made the appearance as the state's favorite included Superman with 4 votes, Wonder Woman with 2, Aquaman with 2, Captain Marvel with 2, Wolverine with 2, Captain America in Alaska only, Iron Man, New Mexico, Black Panther, Oregon. The favorite superheroes of Washington, D.C. was not mentioned.
Where did Arizona shake out?
They didn't do Arizona.
I'm assuming if they did, Arizona was probably Spider-Man.
That's what I'm assuming. Everywhere that they didn't do it was Spider-Man. But, I mean, what do you think about this, man? I know you're a huge Spider-Man fan, so I thought this would be...
I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, really, when you look at the merchandising, who has all the merchandising? It's a toss-up between Batman and Superman, or I mean, Batman and Spider-Man. So, I mean, Superman's up there too, but I feel like we see a lot more Superman and a lot more Batman and Spider-Man stuff out there than we do Superman.
So do you think he's only number one because he's in our face, or I
think he's like number one for a lot of reasons. One, because he's in your face. 2, because he's very relatable. He's the everyman superhero. He's just a struggling college kid who got superpowers and is trying to find his way through the face of adversity of losing his uncle, losing his parents, all the bullshit, Mephisto, everything that people throw at him. He just kind of perseveres, where Batman, his greatest superpower is being rich, and Peter Parker does it with his intelligence and very little else. So, and I mean, of course, his spider sense and abilities, but he's not rich. I think he's very relatable. He's easy to relate to, and I think that's what would really do it for most people.
And you said because he's in our face. I think he's in our face because he's so popular, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Joe's like everyone knows Superman, but no one likes Superman. I'm surprised though that whoever they did, like Superman wasn't the top, because he is the original superhero to say.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due, because without Superman, we wouldn't have any of these other heroes. But I think there's just something about Superman, and I almost feel like it's like his squeaky clean image that does it to him, and his Boy Scout image, or just the fact that he's OP and nothing can hurt him but this little green rock that is supposed to be so scarce on a planet that it got blown up, but yet everyone can seem to get their hands on this little green rock. So it's I don't know.
You know what? We got 15 people in the chat. I'm going to do a giveaway for all the early people. So I'm going to give away. I've got like one copy left of this that I've given away on other shows, but let's go ahead and give this away as our first giveaway of the night for all you people who were here right when we started.
Is that the Hoosier Sonia you've got back there? Is this your last Hoosier issue of Red Sonia?
There's 15 people. I think I've got everybody. I've got everybody that's commented. So, are you guys ready for a giveaway?
That only looks like 10 people.
I've done everybody that's up. Okay. I've done everybody that's commented. Okay, I can't comment if I don't know you're here. I can't add your name. Okay, so let's go. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Click.
Just in the nick of time, Sareth Chang with a high at 5:21, stealing the victory.
So go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at Kyle6479. Shoot me your address, and I will ship you that prize.
Congratulations.
It's funny, like,
and
I went out
unlike the Wednesday show. Sorry, Matt. Unlike the Wednesday show, I'm not going to delete anybody's name. So now you get a chance to just keep winning.
We're going to have more giveaways for you stuff. Like, I was out searching for something today, and I almost picked up a book at a shop. Kyle was like, don't buy anything from that guy. Then, like, there's just something like when you're going to go buy something, and then the dude starts being like, oh, I'm the greatest, and very arrogant and like boisterous and in your face. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to spend any money here, even though it wasn't my money. I don't want to spend it here. So I walked away from it. But
so before we get into our next news story, I want to talk about Marco for a second.
Uh-oh.
More or less, I want to talk about Marco and Marco's inept to technology.
Oh, yes.
So, as many of you saw that we were on the Wednesday show, we were on TAC. And after the show, Marco's like, hey, it's our giveaway. I'm going to hook you guys up so you can have some stuff to give away. And Matt accomplished that very well. So,
yeah,
we
I
have
failed.
stuff to give away. And
we could just give that away. Instead of giving a book, we could just give that away.
Fuck it, let's do that.
I could just Venmo it to whoever.
No, let's get the book. Come on, book.
Okay, so I'm going to leave.
I think someone would rather have $100 in a book.
Yep. So Marcos gave us $100 to spend on stuff for the show. So since Matt didn't buy something, you're right, Matt. When we're going to do a $100 giveaway tonight.
There you go.
Then you go buy whatever fucking book you want.
Right? Exactly.
So Marco's like, oh, Marco, look at this. So Marco's like, I'm going to Venmo you $100, Matt. Now, I want Matt to do his best Marco trying to Venmo Matt impression. Then I'm going to try to do it as well.
It goes something like this. All right. Hey, Marco, I went ahead and sent you a request, and I put on the note to send me what the money's for. So all you got to do is click my name, click how much you want to send, and go ahead and send it. Well, how do I do that? Why won't it let me send it? See, it's not letting me send it. Look, it's just sitting there. It's what it was. And it was like, well, maybe you need to do this. And then he starts sending me requests for money for the $100. He starts requesting it from me. And I'm like, no, you need to accept the request I sent and pay it to me. Well, I'm just going to go to the bank and have somebody there show me how to do it. Because I'm not paying taxes on this shit. The man who sits there and screams about you have to pay taxes on shit. It's like, I'm not paying taxes on this. Because all this shit's linked to business accounts and they'll tax me if money comes in and out of there. So I'm just going to go to my bank and have them show me how to use this Venmo.
They don't know.
Yeah.
So this is what I picture. Marco walking in. Tell me how to Venmo teller. And he slides his phone under the glass. You need to send Matt $100. You're my bank. I'm rich.
Yeah.
You do whatever I want you to do.
He's like, oh, they'll just take my phone and be like, dude, done. Here you go, money sent. And it got into like trying to convince, like I think Kyle was trying to convince him, or someone else was just like, just open a checking account, open a non-business related checking account. No, I'm not doing that. He's just so weird.
It took Marco
probably an hour.
Probably
an hour and a half.
To just accept the request.
Well, to figure out how to send the money, yeah, it's like, I don't know.
It was great. Do
you think Marco would be interested in buying crypto?
No,
I couldn't imagine.
Haven't you ever heard his EFT rant? I don't think he's gonna.
Oh yeah, he chased somebody off a show once with an NFT rant.
Yes, I don't think he's gonna be.
No, he chased somebody out of collecting comics.
He chased somebody off the internet.
Yeah, chased them out of the whole community. Yeah.
Like, dude was like, "Bye," and I'm gonna try to sue you. I need that information. No, you're good. We're good. We're good here.
Yeah. Nobody's suing Marco.
See you later.
You did a very good Marco impersonation, Matt. I applaud you for that.
Ed says I have a picture of his wife on my phone. And you have a pretty hot wife there, Ed.
Heyo.
Heyo.
But
see,
yeah,
like
the things you miss
was
behind the
good.
scenes when tax goes off the air is just, it should be like, if you subscribe to this show and you're part of like the channels or whatever it is, like you pay money monthly to be part of this channel, you should demand for like recordings of behind the scenes things, because Marco is just a trip.
Oh, it's so much fun behind the scenes with Marco. It truly is. It truly is.
Because you usually see him like this with like his bald spot coming through because he's not wearing a hat, and like he doesn't know technology. He can't Venmo $100. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, you should want. Joe Doolin says, I want all the after credit scenes. You should. You definitely should.
What they should do is, that's what the actions should do. People should be able to hop into the chat afterwards and talk to and hang out with us, because it's fucking hilarious.
And you can control the behind the scenes, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a hard pass. I already left one show because of that. All right, let's get back to the news. Marco trying to send Venmo.
Yeah, it was something else.
Dude, my jaw was hurting from laughing so hard.
Yeah,
it was just fucking insane.
Actor Eldon Henson is reportedly set to return as Matt Murdock's close friend and colleague Foggy Nelson in Disney Plus's Daredevil Born Again.
I know Matt's excited for this. Remember when we ran into him at San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes. And he shot me the death stare because I said, "Oh, that's Fulton from Mighty Ducks," and his head whips around and he's just like, just gives me the like death stare, and Kyle's like, "Who's gonna kick your ass?"
He didn't want to be reminded of Mighty Ducks.
He was sitting outside at the Hard Rock on like the patio, and you're in the middle of San Diego Comic-Con International. Like, people aren't gonna recognize you. Like, I don't know, but
Was he trying to keep a low profile?
no, he was just sitting out there in the middle of the open on the
He was
patio.
just having a drink. He was just having a beer or something. He was like
So why
sitting
did
on
he
like
wanna
the
fight you?
patio.
I don't know. Probably because I was like, oh, it's Fulton from Mighty Ducks instead of, oh, look, this is Eldon Henson. That's Fulton from Mighty Ducks, which I'm probably sure he gets it all the time. So he's probably like, I'm so sick of this shit.
You mighty duck fucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to be excited that he's coming back in. Like, I mean, it's kind of cool. He's gonna return. I wonder who he's gonna be though.
Foggy.
Is he gonna actually be Foggy?
Yeah.
I hope he says something like, "You've lost weight, Matt." You know what I mean? Some kind of reference that it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
He's just gonna come in and nag Matt Murdock the whole time, like he did in the last time.
Probably. I'm excited that Daredevil Born Again is at least keeping. They're keeping the best part of what made that Netflix Daredevil series so good, and they're gonna keep it running. Like, why not? Right?
Who was Ben Affleck's Foggy?
Jon Favreau.
That's right. That's what I'm getting him confused with. That's why I wanted to make a Ben Affleck reference, but I guess that's right. He was. Never mind. Damn it. So next, I just thought was funny, just because I don't understand.
Or he just takes the cowl off and he's like, "Hey, you're not the guy from Phantoms, yo."
Dude, that would be awesome. But you were the bomb in it.
Yeah.
Or no, he was the bomb in it, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You don't look like Ben Affleck.
So the next story I just thought was interesting was, what the fuck are you going to get Macaulay Culkin to sign? He's going to be an ace. I'm sure it's going to be a fortune to have him sign something. So
Maybe
I wanted to ask the
Home
panel.
Alone VHS tapes.
Yeah. So I said my 9.8 Home Alone CGC graded VHS tape.
Like, you get pictures with him, and I guess how many times does he do this?
Right. Get him to sign a paint can. Just Macaulay Culkin or a BB gun.
But are people really clamoring to get a picture with Macaulay Culkin?
They are now.
Because they can.
But it's send-in service, right? So you have to send something in.
Oh, you know what you should do? Go on eBay and buy one of those Tiger Talk boys, like you had in, I think, Home Alone 2, and send that in to get signed.
That's what.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. You're a Tiger Talk boy.
But it's just like, what are you really going to get? Besides that, what are you? Hartman says a hash pipe. Maybe a Michael Jackson album. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's just nothing I'm clamoring to get Macaulay Culkin to sign.
No.
Fuck that shit.
I mean, he's not even in any superhero stuff, or like it's weird that he's even going to be at this this convention.
What about The Good Son? Your copy of The Good Son.
Have him sign that where he died from a bee sting. Wasn't that him?
That's my girl.
Oh yeah, my girl.
Dude, you make a meme of him in the casket from that movie and hang it on a sign that says "Beware of bees" and get him to sign it.
That's perfect.
And it can just sit in your little, in your
guys. That's the one. Let's do it.
He just gets a bunch of VHSs in. That would be awesome.
That's probably what he's gonna get. What else are you gonna get him to sign?
Home Alone and My Girl, dude. That's perfect.
Michael Jackson now.
Like one of those beekeeper hats. Oh, let's get him to sign a beekeeper hat.
You should get him to sign an EpiPen.
So, and then
if I had this, maybe I wouldn't have died of a bee sting. Love, always, your friend Macaulay Culkin.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
you get him to sign something Scott Pilgrim, and when he's like, That's my brother. He'd be like, sign it anyways.
I just signed it.
Fucker.
I paid $50 for this.
I paid for this to be signed. You take the Kyle approach. I
Yeah,
paid for this to be signed. So you're
I
gonna sign
am
it.
the customer,
Yep.
and I paid for a fucking. I paid for a service. That's what.
Yeah, that's right. Oh.
Who the fuck is Kieran Culkin?
It's his
Never
brother.
heard of her. Never heard of her.
What is that? Isn't he in Succession, that HBO show? Is that one Succession or?
I didn't even know Macaulay Culkin had a stupid ass brother. Did
Yeah,
he
he's
hang out with
in,
Michael Jackson too?
He's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Who is he in that?
The drummer.
He's Scott's gay best friend.
Oh yeah.
Roommate.
Do they have
He's also in
different
Home
dads?
Alone.
Send him a Tolkien.
Do they look alike?
Yeah.
Oh.
They both have that, like, I just smoked a big old fat bowl of the best weed money can buy look.
Like if you put up a spectrum and you had Macaulay Culkin on one end and Elijah Wood on the other end, it would go Macaulay Culkin, Kieran Culkin, Daniel Radcliffe, Elijah Wood.
They both look like they smoked that shit that killed Michael Jackson.
Smoking bubble or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Marvel quietly confirms that Don Cheadle's War Machine will be donning multiple suits of high power tech on the upcoming Armor Wars series, which this is interesting because there's a lot of talk going around that his contract is actually up. So they're not sure what's going to happen with Armor Wars.
What else is he starring in? Nothing.
No, they should get Terrence Howard to come back.
Oh, no way.
They should do
Not
it get
Terrence
somebody
Howard.
else and not say anything. And just do the same thing and just act
Just
like
do it all over again. Just
Well,
have
who
like
should they-
Marlon Wayans show up.
Just
and-
recut old scenes of Don Cheadle from on the Iron Man movies.
like a bad Photoshop every time he lifts his helmet up.
But you guys know they can't have Terrence Howard, right? Terrence Howard tried to disprove gravity. He tried to
jumping in the air and then falling.
He tried
down.
to prove that gravity was fake.
What do you mean?
I'm serious, dude.
How did I need to know how he tried to disprove this?
But that I don't know. All I know is he tried to disprove gravity.
Let's Google that shit because I got to see what he tried to do. And that's why they didn't bring him back to the Marvel movies.
No, they didn't bring him back because Robert Downey Jr. wanted to work with Don Cheadle. Terrence Howard was getting a little kind of frictious with Robert Downey Jr. And so RDJ said, "Hey, let's just replace him. Let's recast. I think Don Cheadle is great to work with."
Next time, baby.
You know who they should have is who's that guy that played in that Kevin Smith directed movie with Bruce Willis?
Tracy Morgan.
That's who they should have play it.
Mm.
Fuck War Machine on. That's who they should have play him. That'll be awesome. You know, you don't know if Nick Fury is winking or blinking at you.
Right. Any luck on the Terrence Howard gravity thing?
Right. Ronnie says Neil Adams thought the world was flat. And he says it was a great story talking to him. Well, whenever you want, hop on. You can tell that story. Be my guest, please. So, I see there's 19 in the chat. If you're in the chat hanging out, but you're not talking, say something so I can enter you into the drawing so you can win shit. And just remember, at some time tonight, we're giving away $100
I put a
Because
link
instead of
to
buying
one of.
something-
Check the private chat, man. Dropped a link in there.
Yeah. Just like I said, if you don't want to win shit, then that's fine too. I don't care. But I'm going to be giving away a slab, and since Matt didn't buy anything, he's going to giving away $100.
There you go.
Because you know what? On this show, we don't go by fucking rules. Just saying.
It doesn't really even say how he tried to disprove it. He just says, I want to develop new hydrogen technology in Uganda. The main purpose of the project would be to defend the sovereignty of the country as far as technology is concerned. He doesn't really talk about how he tried to disprove gravity. But
I think gravity's fake,
he
too.
said, I was able to identify the grand unified field equation that they've been looking for and put it into geometry. This, Howard asserted himself, has led to him developing a new hydrogen technology that the country could use to defend itself.
Yeah. Uganda, Wakanda, same thing.
Nothing about gravity, though.
And then he released a tweet that says, I have mathematical proof to the world of science and mathematics that 1 × 1 = 2. And then he goes on to show his mathematical proof.
No gravity.
No gravity. Gravity is just a figment of our imagination.
I don't know. Dude's cool, though. I know he was the shit in Hustle and Flow. So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Next time, baby.
He might have got a little too close to the hustle and flow.
Yep.
Flew too close to the sun.
It would be crazy if Terrence Howard was right the entire time, but I think the world of science and mathematics would be shaken to its core if some guy who wrote a song called "Whoop That Trick" was smarter about mathematics and science than they are. Hawking would like twist over in his grave.
So could somebody? Oh, BK's in. Let me get your name in the drawing, BK. And if you're late, if you're just unknown, we're gonna give away $100 instead of books because Matt didn't buy any.
Nope.
BK is now in the chat. All right. So what the fuck is going on with Adam Levine?
Adam Levine is dropping into people's DMs to tell them how hot they are.
He's a pimp.
He dropped into mine. He said, I got to tell you something. You've got a body for radio. And I was like, thanks, Adam.
Dude, I don't know, man. I thought I read an article too that said he was like trying to tell his side piece that he wanted to name his like unborn child after her. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what this dude's on.
Is he married?
Yeah, he's married and he's got one kid with her, and she's pregnant with his second child. And he's sliding into DMs.
That's not a great way to maintain a relationship. I'll tell you right now.
But I guess when you're Adam Levine and you're the lead singer for Maroon 5, you just got it like that.
I'd be a side piece. He's fucking hot. Got tattoos.
He's really tiny, dude. You'd be dating a tiny guy.
My fiance absolutely loves him. She loves Maroon 5. She even has a shirt that says her perfect body weight is Adam Levine on top of her. So. She loves the guy.
Man. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad him wanting Strange, Joe. Like, I get it. I was just trying to make it clear. I like it. He's just lurking through Instagram. What's up, girl?
Yeah.
Kyle, Ronnie, why don't you look at an IG message?
I looked at it. It's about
It's not Levine related.
No.
Oh, I thought he was going to come on or something.
He was, but there's a hurricane. It's about Neil Adams talking about the Earth being flat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. So celebrities with strange beliefs. Got it. related to the Terrence Howard physics deal.
BK's like, Sam, you met Adam Levine?
Is that a question or a statement? You tell me that I've met him?
I think he's asking.
I think he's asking.
Oh, no, I haven't met Adam Levine, but I do have a Maroon 5 story. There is video evidence of it, so if you guys want to go to not the Triple D Dodgeball Instagram, but my personal Instagram, you'll see the video of it. So I used to sing karaoke at bars a lot, and there was one night it was kind of slow, so I was pretty much the only person on the card, and I ended up singing 12 songs in one night, which is a lot. Usually you get like 3 or 4, and the DJ's like, go ahead and close it out and pick a song. And I picked Sugar by Maroon 5. Sugar. You know what I'm talking about? And when I start doing the song, this guy had been like posted up on the bar all night. And he was there with his girl. And then as soon as I start singing Sugar, he jumps off the bar and he comes up and starts grinding on my backside. And he's like rubbing, he's like got his hands up, he's like rubbing my chest from behind. And I was like, what the frick? What is happening? And I was just like, the show must go on. And so I kept singing.
No,
a true professional.
You didn't think frick, you went fuck.
A constant professional.
I was like, the show must go on. And so I kept singing. I got a little pitchy in parts. And if you check out the video, yeah, it's a little pitchy in parts. But he and I, we felt it. We let it happen.
Boner.
And then we got through the song and went back to the bar. And
that was the pitchy part, is when he slid his hand under and cupped Sam's balls. And Sam was like, oh, shit.
I was like,
Shut up!
Yeah.
Won't you come and put it down on me?
Oh, fuck, man.
So thanks to Adam Levine for that song.
And that's why Sam only has 8 children.
Only, yeah.
BK says that is not the Adam Levine story I was looking for.
Well, that's the one you got, okay?
Did he at least buy you a drink?
No.
Damn, he fucking cuffed you and rubbed his wiener on you?
Yeah, man.
You get a drink afterwards or dinner?
Rub and run. That's all it was.
Damn. That would have been awesome to watch, though. Look at Sam.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you want to watch it? I'll put the clip in the chat and you guys can check it out. We don't have to put it
there's
up.
Video of it.
Yeah, there's video.
How awkward getting your prostate checked while singing karaoke.
Yeah, you tell
go
me.
ahead and put a private chat, and we'll have Matt play it.
Okay.
So as he's doing that, is there anybody else that wants to? I think everyone's pretty much in it.
Okay, here it is.
Sam was sexually assaulted during karaoke, and he has been the highlight of the show. Oh, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to top that.
Okay, it's in the private chat.
I got it.
And that's why I don't sing karaoke, because I know that's what's going to happen to me every time.
All right, so I got to remove this so I can reshare.
Yeah, for some reason, there's always a camera around when weird things are happening to me.
Jeez, that's awesome.
It's just the perils of modern life, I guess.
Let's see that shit.
I only caught the tail end of it, but like he's like rubbing all over me. Jeez Louise.
He is, dude. He's all over you.
I was like, okay, stay focused, baby.
Damn. That's awesome. Good for you. That would have been great.
You get, I mean, you try to keep a straight face while up. I applaud the effort, man.
Hey,
Yeah, that is an
professional.
effort.
Absolutely. The constant professional.
Joe
No
says
means
means
no.
Well, that was part of his strategy. He caught me in the middle of a song, so I couldn't say no. I had to get through the music before I could tell him to bounce.
A lot of crying happened later.
I think Sam in the shower crying with the hot water on him.
Yeah, can you guys really imagine me doing that?
Yes.
I wasn't threatened.
BK says what he just saw is considered marriage in several countries. So let me how many names do I have in this chat in this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. I got 12 names. There's 18 people. So if you want to get entered into the
drawing,
winning, you want to win $100 or a slab. But all right, let's go move on.
What the hell is going on right now?
All right. You got that right, Ronnie. All right.
I just put Liefeld rant. So
is this Matt's rant?
It's going to be a rant, but there was Rob Liefeld had put this long post on Facebook. And this was attached to it. And Matt sent it to me. And still not Hartman says, is this the straight bar? But what
it's supposed to be
a synopsis of what Rob Liefeld was ranting about?
So Bleeding Cool did an article on it, but there was another artist who's not a big comic book artist as Rob is, who went on to berate Rob about a cover he did for a book that comes out in October, which Kyle and I have already solidified that it will be the worst cover of the week when it comes out. But if anybody watches 90 Day Fiancé and knows Big Ed, he basically did his best drawing of Big Ed as Venom. And just this big muscle-bound thing with no neck and a head. So the dude basically went on social media and declared comics dead and said, what is this bullshit? And then started questioning why people still buy Rob Liefeld shit when after years the dude's just been putting out terrible stuff and it's not getting any better. And he's kind of a joke in a lot of circles. I mean, he has his fans, but he is looked at it as a joke in a lot of circles, and that's the whole thing, is just to be joked on. But he goes on this big rant and like starts like giving his accolades as a way of like proving himself to anybody. And we all know he's self-taught. Probably seen the jeans commercial where he brags about being self-taught, but he's just weird. He's just like, I have the best support. Great folks who have bought my comics for 37 years and counting. Unbelievable sales records achieved. My creations are on toy shelves all over the world and in personal collections all over. They're in your video game consoles and your DVD collections and your streaming devices. In 1992, I sold over 12 million comic books, mostly based on unknown characters. The folks were, for all intents and purposes, supporting me blindly, and I never forget it. Don't get rattled by unhappy folks with spite inside of them. That's a waste of everyone's time. It's a reflection of this poor spirit that is, to who goes out of their way to use facts to correct obvious errors. Thank you. I'm looking at you right now. The fact that crinkle the noise of the paper and disgruntled are that I'm fortunate to be the one of the best-selling comic book creators of all time, and nothing they can say or do dents it even a little bit. The only person I'm looking up at in the modern era is Jim Lee. That's it. He is the top-selling comic book of all time, and I'm number 2. Hard catch with all those crazy numbers beside us. It's been 31 years, and our achievements continue to tower. It's exciting and humbling, and I'm sure frustrating for the pundit of people who wish it to be not true and wish to diminish my work. Here are some of the my accolades: best-selling X-Force, best-selling Avengers, best-selling Deadpool. Sales on my first 2 issues of Captain America eclipsed an entire year's worth of issues before me. Hasbro informed me that my Snake Eyes was the best-selling G.I. Joe in 15 years. Maybe they just don't have the omnibus of their own, and it sets them off. I wish them well regardless. No matter what I got, lots of work to do. And then he shares this photo right here.
Terrible. Terrible.
All right. So is there a way that we can put up, like, side by side a picture of Rob Liefeld's face against one of his characters? Because I think what he's doing is trying to put his face on every single comic book character.
Or what he thinks he looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that Captain America sold big.
His shield isn't even a perfect circle. Look, it's all wonky and oblong. Cable doesn't even have an upper lip.
Well, I don't think Rob Liefeld has much of an upper lip either. That's what I'm saying. As I think he thinks he's the perfect human face, and he puts it on all of his characters.
So it's like that Saturday Evening Post with the guy with the pipe.
Yeah.
And he's looking in the mirror sketching himself. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thumbnail for tonight in the different. Yeah, Rob.
Look, he doesn't have an upper lip. His nose looks like all the noses. Sam's got a point, dude.
Look, he's got like the. He is like, look at Wolverine's mouth right here, and look at Rob's.
Yeah, you know what? It does it even better though. Is the crappy cover that's coming out next week that we're going to talk about next week in the bottom left corner with all the villains right in a row. They all look like Rob Liefeld. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Vulture. They all look just like him.
Damn. I never noticed that. He's drawing himself.
Roddy says Liefeld is overcompensating for his small feet and baby hands.
That's why he draws huge muscles, because he's got little feet and little hands.
Look at Baron Zemo. Like, that's terrible, man. The Cap is terrible.
Oh, is that who that is?
I think that's who that's supposed to be. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I thought it was a pumpkin. I thought it was like a mushy pumpkin.
Like, and is that like smoke coming out from Cable's gun, or are those like vines? Like, and why does Cable's gun look like it's a cigarette lighter from a car? I'm
just saying. He's self-taught, right? So you look in the mirror. So he's drawing the mirror image of his own face. That's what's happening.
Eric Williams says the fact that success are true, and he has the numbers to prove it. But the arrogance is the wrong approach. Try humility and gratefulness. But he's arrogant about everything he does, and he even pushes it off on fans. Like, I don't know. Kyle's had a run-in with him.
Everybody knows that.
I guess it doesn't say much because Kyle's had a run-in with everybody, but Kyle's had a run-in with him, and it's just like the dude just ceases to amaze me, you know?
Like, I remember he had a signing at Ish's shop. And I swear he remembered me because he kept looking up and giving me dirty looks. I wasn't in line. I was just there kind of hanging out. Oh, Justin, I'm adding you to...
Did you push a Ninja Turtle book towards him or something?
No, I didn't even walk up to him. I stayed away because I didn't want him to sign anything, and I didn't want to take away from the line, and I didn't want to be in the way, so I was just kind of off to the side, like hanging out and like chatting. But I remember like this like it was a fan of Rob Liefeld's walked up to him and he was trying to ask him these art questions, and he was trying to ask him this stuff, and he just turned and said, "Can't you see him looking at comics? Listen to my podcast." And he just went back to what he was doing. And I was like, damn, that's kind of shitty that you would do that to somebody that just paid you X amount of $50 to have something signed or whatever he was charging at that. It just, at least humor the guy for a second and, you know, and give him a short synopsis and then be like, but if you want to hear the rest, I did a podcast on it.
I got a barn burning question real quick, Kyle. Look at fucking Cable's massive underhand here. And how is he like stabbing anybody with this bayonet, this underbarrel knife, when it doesn't even barely comes past the barrel of the gun?
He doesn't want to stab anybody with it. He just wants to poke them.
I'm just gonna poke you.
He's gonna put a 1/2-inch hole in everybody he pokes with it. Yeah. It's not to kill him, it's just to annoy him. It's like a mosquito bite. Death by 1,000 cuts.
I don't know. I just every time I've had a run in with this dude at conventions, he's just always very arrogant. And like it says something when you do a convention exclusive cover. Like when he was here for Amazing Arizona, he did a convention exclusive cover of the same Deadpool he's used on like thousands of other covers with Spider-Man, and he wanted to charge like $45 to get you to sign that, for him to sign that book, and all he did was the cover. Like no interior work. That's just the audacity like of that just floors me, man. And he's rude to people that come to his table, but he wants to try to save face and be like, oh, well, I'm the greatest. And you're going to compare you want people to put you side by side next to Jim Lee. Bro, don't do that. You should be embarrassed. Like if you look at your art side by side next to Jim Lee's art, you should be embarrassed that you, after 37 years or whatever it is, you haven't even fucking taken an anatomy class to learn that your anatomy is atrocious. I don't know, man.
Captain America, there's something not right with Captain America.
Yeah, his chest. He's been drawing the same Captain America pose for years, and it's the massive chest and the little itty bitty head. Like, I don't know. And fucking Cable.
Oh, put up Ronnie's comment.
The short blade is another mirror image of Rob. Think hard, Kyle. You will understand.
Told you, just wanted to poke somebody. Okay, we're an hour in. Let's do another giveaway. So what I'll give away is
it's for real close combat.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll give away it is a Marvel Legacy #1 9.8 Alex Ross sketch cover.
Nice.
So let me. Like I said, anybody who wins, I'm not taking you out. There's 20 people. I give you guys 5 seconds to chat or put something in the chat. You haven't, and then I'm going to spin the wheel. I've added Astro and Justin.
There's only 14 names on there.
Not everybody has.
You got to get Double O.
He's in there.
Double O is not on there.
He's
not on there, dude. No.
Double O.
God damn it, Kyle.
I fucked up. I didn't see him in there. All right, Dubba.
Oh, but now Solo's in the chat.
Oh, doesn't get shit. Solo Wookie. Let me add Solo Wookie. Still not Hartman doesn't get entered because you are Hartman. Okay. You guys ready? I'm going to shuffle. And the wheel is spinning.
And away we go. Come on, big money, big money, big money, big money.
Justin Cena, you win the slab.
Yay.
Hit me up on Instagram at Kyle6479. Shoot me your address, and I will get that out to you.
Congratulations, Justin.
How mad do you think Marco's going to be that we're just going to say F it and just give someone $100?
I'm pretty sure he won't care.
I want an epic Marco rant about how we didn't follow directions.
I love it. We don't follow directions on this show. I just don't understand how people just haven't learned yet. Okay, so let me take my thing off the screen.
Astro says, give it away. At the end of the show, we will.
Give it away. Give it away.
Yeah, pretty close to the end of the show. We'll be giving $100 away. So tell your friends.
So, next piece of news: James Earl Jones, the iconic voice of Star Wars Darth Vader, signs over the character's voice rights after 45 years, thus retiring from the role. Jones has signed the voice rights to his character Darth Vader over to Lucasfilm and Respeech. The latter is a Ukrainian company that uses archival recordings and AI programming to create new dialogue with the voices of performers who have either aged out of their roles or have passed away. They most recently did it in the Book of Boba Fett with young Luke Skywalker. So,
you know what I think would be better if they did? Did James Earl Jones ever do a book a book on tape type of thing?
Oh yeah.
So I would like on Howard Stern where they would splice all these words together, so it would say like "you eat cum," you know what I mean? And it's all fucked up sounding. That's what they should do as his voice from now on as Darth Vader. Just splice it together. So it's all different tones and all different
inflections.
Yes. So, but they're going to do it right, and it's going to be a bummer. It would be so much better if they did it that way. The Howard Stern
You want them to do it the wrong way. That's what you're saying.
I just want them to splice. Yeah, no matter how it is, I just want them to splice all the words together, so it sounds all fucked up. Because it's fun.
There is a website where you can type things and it will be read by an AI in a voice. It's not real seamless, I would say. It is kind of choppy. It doesn't always sound real supernatural, but
is it run by Sweet Blake?
I don't know. I don't know who that is, but
Sweet Blake is the guy who was running the Lambda for Google and said it was sentient, but really he was just trying to have sex with it.
No, it's not that. But they have like Goku, they have Vegeta, they have Darth Vader, they have all kinds of characters and famous voices that you can use. I'll see if I can dig it up, and then maybe we can get Darth Vader to say that you eat cum.
It's probably not hard to splice together like 30 minutes of screaming with 2 seconds of dialogue on Dragon Ball Z. But all right, that's it for news. We're gonna go into reviews. Are you guys ready to do some reviews?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some shows.
Yeah.
Let's talk about She-Hulk. Begrudgingly, okay. Let's talk about She-Hulk. Episode 6. We finally got the episode count right. Yeah, you're on it, man. On it.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
But Sam, what does this episode do to your theory of the episodes? Yeah. Went down faster than the Hindenburg, huh?
The evens is wrong, huh?
The first terrible even numbered episode.
The episode where literally nothing happened.
I just don't know what they're trying to do here. If they want it to be like a fun legal show, commit to that. If they want it to be like a fun superhero or origin story, then let's commit to that. But it's nothing. It's the legal issue this week was a total dud for me. The Mr. Immortal family law squabbles was over so quickly. Like they figured it out so quickly. It wasn't really any struggle. It was just about putting a white man down, which is, it's fine, whatever. But they didn't do it very cleverly. It wasn't very creative. It was just like beating up on their own client, and it was dumb. I didn't enjoy it. And then the whole wedding stuff, like it went every which way. It was totally unfocused. There wasn't anything to be gained by it. I just don't get what they're trying to do with the show at all. I thought I did, but now I'm just like, this is a mess. I don't know which way it's going at all.
I know which way it's going.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard. Like this is the first time in Marvel that I can remember we get an episode that absolutely nothing happened. Like if you took this episode out, nothing has changed about the series thus far. She went to her friend's wedding. She tried to show up as She-Hulk to overshadow the bride. She went as Just Jen. They named the title of the episode Just Jen. Then Titania shows up to try and fight her and embarrass her at the wedding and expose her. And Jen gets drunk and they make some weird innuendo of how you can't perform when you're drunk. And so she can't turn into She-Hulk because she's drunk. When she was doing it before, she went from She-Hulk to being drunk Jen in the bar in episode 1?
Episode 1 in Hulk's Tiki Bar.
Yeah. Well, not just there, but even in the lawyer bar when she gets fired, or episode 2 when she gets fired, or whatever episode that is. She's going in and out of it when she's drunk. Because remember, she's She-Hulk, and then she goes back to Jen, and she's blasted. She goes from sober to blasted, and now she gets drunk, so she can't perform, and she has to try and sober herself up to be able to transform to fight Titania. And then you see some dude with a giant ass needle that's gonna protrude through her skin. It just.
Joe's Doolin asks, Sam, please speak to the wonderful legal misrepresentation. So there's this thing that in the attorney-client relationship where attorneys have to work in their client's best interest. And in this episode, we see Jen's attorney friend. I don't know that they're friends.
It's her paralegal.
Not just a paralegal. No, the other attorney, the black lady.
Oh, okay.
Attorney. They work in Mr. Immortal's. They work against his interest to make him pay for all of these divorces instead of finding a way to make things better for him. They go in and they give away everything, and they make him own up to everything. Well, that's not in his best interest, right? So she commits legal malpractice, and they make a big joke out of it, because he's a rich, wealthy, dishonest, immortal superhero white guy who just needs to own up and make reparations essentially to all these women and one gay dude that he's defrauded all these years. And I don't know. It wasn't very funny. It wasn't very clever. It was bad law. So it just makes me scratch my head as to what they're doing. Why is this a scene? Why is this a B plot at all? It doesn't make any sense. So
I lost my Amazon Fire remote, so I don't watch it anymore.
So the show feels like it's in a tailspin to me right now.
Yeah, I agree. How are they going to redeem it? You really get that. I think this, and they even make fun of it. Oh, don't we all just hate that weird wedding episode in the middle of the season that you're like, why is this even here? Well, we've got that too, and then they proceed to make you watch it. It's just they're like, you're sheep and you're going to watch whatever we put out. So.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, you're not missing anything. It didn't move the plot along at all.
Perfect. I don't feel bad.
You need an A plot to have a B plot.
Yeah, that both the A plot and B plot felt like B plots this week.
You need a plot to have a B plot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess that's enough of She-Hulk.
House of Dragon episode 5. Are you still watching House of Dragon, Sam?
I don't have HBO Max.
You're not watching it. I thought you were watching it.
No, I've been watching the other one on Amazon Prime, the Rings of Power.
Oh, Rings of Power, yeah. House of Dragon episode 5 was good. We're getting ready to go into another time skip where the actors who are currently playing these characters, for the most part, like the little girl Rihanna and all that, we're changing actresses because they're going to go into her being older. Basically, she decides to take a hand in marriage, and yes, Astra, I'm into it too as well. She decides to take a hand in marriage, even though the dude is gay. They basically make this pact that we'll both perform our royal duties, but you do you and I'll do me, and we'll both be okay with it. So he agrees to that, and they throw this big dinner, and his gay lover confronts the knight that's there to protect her, who she banged in the last episode, and they get in a big brawl, and the dude's he's gonna like kill himself, and the queen stops him, and then they get in a big brawl at this like the marriage ceremony, and ends up gutting him right there in front of everybody. So it was pretty wild. Damon, her uncle, goes and kills his wife so he can confess his love for his niece and try and get back in the good graces of the king to swindle his way into the crown and marry her, and this whole subplot with that. But it's fun. It gave me like shades of the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones, the original series, and it's still a lot of fun. It's a very, I like the psychological chess game between Damien and his brother, the king. So it's been a lot of fun so far. So I'm definitely digging it.
Meh.
You're not even watching it anymore, Kyle.
I know.
You haven't seen past episode 2.
I didn't see episode 2.
So you definitely haven't seen past episode 2.
You're yeah, that is a correct statement, sir. And I won't either. I'm sure I will as soon as I find my Amazon Fire remote, because my wife wants to watch it.
What, House of Dragon?
Yeah, I just told her it sucks, so don't.
It's actually a really good show, man. I don't know, but yeah, that's it for. I mean, do you want to talk Rings of Power? I think you're the only one watching it, so.
Yeah, I watched it. I would just say that it's kind of just gambling along at a very slow pace. There's usually
slow burns.
There's like one or two things that there's three storylines it's following. It's got Elrond and Durin. It's got Galadriel and the humans or the men in Numenor, and it's got this elf and a gal named Bronwyn in the Southland. And then they also introduced us to, well, I guess you've got the Harfoots also, which are like the Hobbit, the proto-Hobbits, and the guy they call the Stranger. And then you've also got the Orcs. So I guess it's 5. There's 5 storylines going on. And it's just kind of, because there's so many of them, we only get a very little progress in each of those stories each week. And they're just, none of them are very impressive yet. I'm holding out hope because
It sounds like it sucks.
It's not that it sucks. I mean, if it sucks, you'd be like, oh, there's a dumpster fire to watch or a train wreck to watch. It's just that
I got On Patrol to watch.
What's that?
Watch On Patrol versus Lord of the Rings.
Dude, that is the best show ever. Last night, if you guys did not watch On Patrol last night, it was just nobody was stopping for the fucking cops. Everybody was running like that for this. I've never seen so many times like, so the first thing is they were chasing this dude on this like 3-wheeled motorcycle thing. And like they have the camera, like this is like the first thing that happens. And they have the camera pointed at this dude that they just finally boxed in. And all of a sudden you see this cop flying through the air and fucking just tackle him and knock him off the fucking bike. It was awesome.
Wow.
Like the cop was not fucking around.
You got to see a low-speed chase of cops chasing a man on a bicycle, waving a machete around. And then when they finally like pit maneuvered him and boxed him in, he fell to the ground, started screaming, "I have mental health. I'm mentally unstable."
And he had
Yeah,
asthma.
yeah.
Even though he was
That's-
smoking a cigarette and riding a bike the whole time, he was complaining he couldn't breathe because of his asthma.
Wild show, man.
Dude, it was so awesome. It's on right now.
Yeah, and an update. We're not gonna talk about Andor because I'll let the Dark Side guys do that. Did you watch Andor, Sam?
Yeah.
Did you like Andor?
I like it better than any of the other shows we're talking about right now.
Okay.
I'll say that. That's
well. You can go ahead and give your thoughts on Andor if you want. I was just gonna say, update from Tax Show on Wednesday. I finally finished Andor, and I feel pretty much the same. Everyone was saying, "Oh, episode 3." No, still boring.
They're doing this really neat kind of back and forth story with, like doing the flashback with Cassian as a child and how he kind of became who he is and
how he basically got kidnapped.
Yeah. And then he's met with this kind of really interesting proposal from Skarsgård's character at the end of episode 3 or midway through episode 3. There's just basically there's a really I don't know how you feel about Bix, but Bix is a knockout in my opinion.
Yes,
and otherwise, a lot of the characters are just kind of, interchangeable. I'd say they're not making any difference. What's that?
Oh, 00 says She-Hulk sounds better than whatever show Kyle was talking about. No way, On Patrol is the shit. On Patrol Live.
But I think it's okay. I like the 3 episodes that I saw.
Good.
On Patrol, straight junk food for the brain.
It is. I like the little fat dude in I think it was Florida. Was it Florida or Nevada? Where I think it was Nevada, where these kids were about to like get in this fight outside of a rodeo with guns, and these girls are sitting there recording them. They're like, "We have the right to record you." And he's like, "Well, you're obstructing my investigation, so I'm detaining you." And he just starts detaining everybody. He's like, "You're detained. You're detained. You're detained.
And you're detained."
Yeah, like everyone around him. He just starts arresting everybody. It's like, all right, cool, man. But
show's awesome.
It's
way better than She-Hulk.
But all right, let's talk some best and worst comics covers of the week.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kicking off tonight, we're going to start with our worst covers of the week. We have whatever this abomination is from the newest issue of Flash.
I don't know what direction they're going in with Flash and why they keep doing these covers, but they are. And they need to fucking stop.
Is it like an Archie Comics? It's like Archie Comics meets Grease or something? Meets the Flash?
It meets a garbage can.
Because there's it's like street racing and a bunch of people pumping their fists, and then the 2 Flashes running over the top of them.
It'd be like it would be like understandable if there's like a black hole in the background that they were being sucked into, or like they were being sucked into the Speed Force. But this cover is just straight doo-doo.
Ronnie was actually in Nye County, New Mexico.
Yeah, it was in New Mexico. Because there was stuff going on in Florida too. It's just stuff was going on everywhere. So, our next cover is Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor, Peach Momoko variant.
She just needs to stop, relax, put out covers once in a while, and take her time because she's not. And
this is
really
one of the better ones she's done lately, though.
I kind of like this one though, Kyle.
It's not, it's not good, but it's like one of her better covers she's done in a while.
Kind of reminds me of like the Saint Seiya style, like an anime. It's almost like an anime cover or a manga cover.
Next, we got X-Men Legends #2, guest starring Wolverine's back muscles.
Those are back boobs, dude.
Those are back boobs, yes.
Back boobs. Back boob bra. That's what he needs. I agree with Ed. No more. No Momo.
No Momo.
Terrible. I don't know what they
What's
were
up
thinking.
with Beast's hand? Like he just goofed up on that one finger, man.
I like the extra spread of his first two toes, and then his other ones are real tight together.
I like the wide spread on Wolverine's claw too.
What is going on with Wolverine's foot?
Oh yeah, like way back behind him. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes the real stylized stuff just doesn't come through very well.
I don't know if they're getting interns to draw these now, or they're just I don't know what they're doing now with a lot of covers. They're just I don't know if they're in a hurry. I don't know if they're fucking
Is that
what?
Liefeld? Believe it or not, it is not Liefeld.
You can tell because they don't have his face.
Yeah.
If it were Liefeld, they'd all have the same face.
Went to the same school. You're right, Joe.
Liefeld's school of making body parts good. But that's
And
the bad.
other,
Let's
and
get
other
in
things good too.
to the good.
This is Elvira #1. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street
Nightmare
homage.
on Elm Street.
Anytime they do, I love when they do horror movie homages. You know, I always have to pick them up. So I love that cover. I just think it's great. A+.
She is still, yeah, that cover still makes her look like a smoke show.
Yep.
Next we Gunslinger Spawn 12.
Just loving that. Nobody's reading Spawn, but everybody's buying the covers, and this is just another representation of just badass covers.
Yeah, I like the werewolf style and half Spawn, half werewolf style head. The blood and smoke from the eyes. It's really cool.
It's just a kick-ass fucking cover.
And then Catwoman 47. I just love that cover.
This
such a
Adam
good
Hughes
cover.
homage.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful cover, man. It really is. Like, it's so, the water out in the bosom is so well done. Like, there's just everything. Like, the way the leather of her suit looks is really well done. The hair, it's just a very,
You think
very
Adam
well done
Hughes
cover.
did it better, or you think this one did it better?
I think this one's better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring that Adam Hughes one up and compare it, if you can. Because this, don't get me wrong, this is a kick-ass cover. I mean, it really is. Like, so, yeah, Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes killed it.
I think the other one's better, man.
No way.
The other one, the Hughes, like, you think the Hughes is better than that? Like, there's the Adam Hughes.
Well, the more recent one, it's like they got a much prettier face on the Catwoman. Like, it looks like a model's face on the Catwoman versus the Hughes one looks a lot grittier.
I think that's what I like about the Hughes cover.
I mean, the chat's saying Hughes. I don't know, man.
She looks a lot grittier, a lot more street in the Hughes cover.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not an homage. It's just a straight copy.
But, like, I just like the mascara run on the face, the like water droplets on her chin and chest, and just like the way the leather looks.
Very different expression on her face too.
Yeah.
And the Hughes, she's
At least
angry.
the height stayed the same.
Yeah. This one looks like someone told her dog died. And this one looks like she's like playing a seductive game.
Yeah.
Ronnie agrees with you.
But the majority of the chat is saying Hughes.
So nice. That is a good cover, though.
Going for. You going for the seductress, or are you going for the street rebel? You know,
right?
Which look you
Maybe
going for?
because Hughes just did it first, so we've had it longer, and it's been in our I don't know.
Maybe. We already did anime, so we're going to skip through Sam's anime. And we're going to get into first appearances this week. We don't have an intro to that, so we'll save that. This week, first appearances, Edge of Spider-Verse number 4. You get the first appearance of the Spinstress, Sun Spider, Bishop Octopus, and Queen Mystera. So that's if you're collecting these Edge of Spider-Verse books, hoping that something comes out of it in the upcoming Edge of Spider-Verse 2. There you go. There's
All right.
like
Is that Sun Spider on the cover?
I believe so, yes. So you get all of the.
Is he like a handicapped Spider-Man?
I have
what are
not
the batons?
read
Are they
the issue
canes
yet.
or
Yeah.
batons?
I've not read the issue yet. I do have it, but I've not. I just know that it was full of first appearances. So I'll have to get back to you on that. They look like it might be like canes. They're a little long to be batons, but yeah,
Rip Spider.
it is Crypt Spider.
Have you guys ever seen an actual Sun Spider? Because they have these like club-like.
They have
front
backwards
legs.
hats on too, right?
Yeah. They have these like club-like front legs, and that's what that is reminding me of. So maybe that's why they call him or
Maybe.
her.
Is it a girl spider?
It's like a girl spider.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we got World's Finest number 7, Batman Superman, the first appearance of Boy Thunder, Superman's unknown sidekick.
Ooh.
Oh, even now Superman's getting more sidekicks. So
You
next up,
you get a sidekick.
yeah, DC versus Vampires All Out War, the first appearance of Baron Cinder. And then Avengers Forever number 9, you get the first appearance of the multiversal Carol Corpse, because you need more Carol Danvers in your life. And then Legion of X, you get the first full appearance of the Voice of Fire, a Ghost Rider / Banshee hybrid. Pick that up. Or don't.
Nice.
And next, we're going to debut a brand new segment on the show called Comic Cucumber.
The Comic Cucumber.
Let's get into it. Kyle, what is the Comic Cucumber?
The Comic Cucumber is stories that are just, I think they're just doing it as clickbait. Almost like The Onion. It's just these far-fetched stories that I just don't think are going to amount to anything. So instead of The Onion, we're calling it the Comic Cucumber.
So first up in the Comic Cucumber, we got, after the success of their 2017 title, Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator, Game Grumps has teamed up with Rogue Games once more as they announce a new psychological horror game. And to be completely honest, we should all have seen this coming.
Do we need do we need that game?
Scream game?
No.
Yes.
No.
It's not going to come to fruition. It's not.
So you're
Stupid.
debunking it?
That's what we need, is a stamp that says fake.
Debunked.
Debunked. Okay.
And that's half the fun of Comic Cucumber, is sometimes we're going to give you stories that it's up to you to decide whether it's real or not. We're just, throwing it out there. Next up in the Cucumber, the potential Top Gun 3 can continue the untold story of Pete Maverick Mitchell and Tom Iceman Kazansky's untold story. So you get to see their bromance unravel in Top Gun 3. How they go from rivals
You can be my wingman anytime.
Yeah. How they go from rivals to being like best buds.
That's not going to happen.
Probably not.
Isn't that what happened in Top Gun? Isn't that how it ended in Top Gun? They were bros.
Well, you see Iceman saying, "You can be my wingman anytime," and then Maverick's like, "You can be mine," and that's where it ended. But then somehow, come Top Gun Maverick, they're like best buds, where he's like saving his military career, and
yeah, because he committed a crime.
Yeah. I mean, is it a crime to go be the fastest man in the world?
It's a crime to steal aircraft, is what it is. He stole aircraft.
I remember it is. It's even a crime to steal a piece of it.
Yeah.
I remember one time when I worked construction, I was driving out to Surprise before Surprise was very built up, and it was just a lot of roads.
Titan says Brokeback Jets.
Yes, it was a lot of rose fields,
tarmac.
and it was a lot of watermelon fields. And we have an Air Force base out there, and a plane had crashed. And my thought process was, my tax dollars paid for that plane. I want a souvenir of it. So we were driving, pulled over. I was going to jump out, and I was going to grab a little piece of that plane because I thought it was owed to me. And the military thought different, and so did their M16s. I could not get a piece of it. They were not allowed. They would not allow me to. Those things are guarded.
Yeah.
They guard plane crashes.
Mm-hmm.
FYI. And they take about 5 foot of the dirt with them. So you can't get shit.
You learned today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ronnie says, "So that was Kyle's picture I saw at the post office."
Top 10 most wanted.
They want that piece of their jetpack.
James says, "I want a few good men, Tom Cruise, to prosecute Top Gun, Tom Cruise."
He was a defense attorney.
Did you pull the legal precedence of finders keepers?
That's right. Findies keepies.
Our next common cucumber story is that the breakout star of House of Dragons, Emilia Alcock, has been reimaged in fan art as one of the biggest new additions to the Marvel comic canon, Gwen Stacy as Spider-Woman. I kind of dig it.
Who is she?
She plays the main girl in House of Dragon.
You know, they should have Tori from...
yeah, it's just fan art, but I dig it.
They should have Tori from... what's it called?
Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai to play her. Her and her big boobies.
Oh, you're talking about that Peyton List.
I don't care what her name is. She's Tori.
Peyton List is her name, and her face is kind of crooked, but
she would be awesome. I could see her as Gwen. Double S's Boss Logic did a mock-up like this on his Instagram. Boss Logic posted one today of her. There you go. Tara Reid as Spider-Gwen. She ever fucked up tits all over the place? Yeah.
Maybe when she was in fucking
American Pie.
Yeah, I mean, she's
super hot.
She's old now, man.
They should have Britney Spears play her. She's still hot.
But that's it for Comic Cucumber this week. A new segment we're going to be doing probably every week. And now let's get into an interesting top 5. Need to make a thing for this one too, though, Kyle, huh?
A little intro, did he?
We don't have an intro for our top 5? Weird.
No, we don't.
You just do like a countdown, right? 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, Kyle, you're gonna do your top 5 first, right?
So I have a top 5, and then I have 2 runner-ups. So what we decided to do as our top 5 is
I'll be back.
Top 5, and Sam bails. Didn't even get to say. We're doing our top 5 porn parodies of superheroes and pop culture shows and movies. So
I'll be right back.
So my first runner-up is Sex Trap, The Next Penetration. That is runner-up number 1 because, you know, everybody needs to watch Sex Trap, The Next Penetration. My other runner-up is Game of Bones.
Game of Bones.
Winter is coming.
Oh, man.
So my number 5 is Star Wars: The Last Temptation. Because number four, I'm not even going to talk. Is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Chrissy Miss goes down for the count. Number 3 is Evil Head.
All right.
Number 2 is Fap of the Future.
Fap to the future.
Fap to the future.
Oh.
And my number 1 is Deadpool 2. Nothing better than a parody.
Not just 4 hours, wicked 4 hours. Oh.
And that is my top 5 with runner-ups of porn parodies.
My top 5 this week, number 1 was The Big Bang Theory. Because
I swear there's one that's called The Gangbang Theory.
because this has got to be better than the Big Bang Theory on TBS or on syndication, right? Next, Top Guns, number 4. Get
That's a
ready
good
for
one.
the ride of your life. Number 3, Dragon Boob Z.
This one's nightmare fuel, man.
Yes, it is. That Piccolo especially. Number 2 is Spider-Man, a porn parody. And number 1 is 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's a good one, man. That's a really funny title.
And what do you guys, Sam? You didn't participate this week?
I don't watch any porn, man.
Fucking told you, Kyle.
So it's, I had a so when I I'll so when Matt first I talked about this, covers to the porns is not what came to my mind.
Not even the slightest bit.
So what came to my mind is the actual clip that is on the porn site with the name.
The thumbnail?
Yes, that's what I thought it was. So like the first one that I had done was, I think it was called Gamora Sucks Star-Lord Dry. And then what I had done was I had taken and I took the time, I put effort into it. I blurred out the huge dong. And I thought that would be good enough. And so I sent all these pictures to Matt. And Matt was like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, but it's blurred out. I blurred it out. Like, you don't see a huge dong. Like,
dude, you did a terrible job of blurring it out.
No way.
It was like you blurred it out and then you like drew it like back on.
There is one where you did do that, yes. I was laughing at some of the titles, like Rick and Morty. Morty finally gets to give Jessica his pickle and glaze her face. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, Gamora drains Star-Lord's dick is what the one. Yeah, he like crudely like blurs it out, and then he starts posting like SNS stickers over the top of these parts. And
so
like,
I had a Guardians of the Galaxy one, and I think we could post the Guardians of the Galaxy one. Let me throw it back.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
The Guardians of the Galaxy one is Groot is a huge penis. And so I had put the SNS logo over the balls, over the huge tree balls, so that it didn't look like a penis. It still looked like a penis.
Yikes.
And then there was one that I had to blur so much out of it. I think it was a Catwoman one. It was Batman was going to invade Catwoman's small. It was pretty.
Yeah, your list changed from what it was earlier today.
I know. I found better ones. I researched it, and I found better ones.
And Batman drives his Batmobile into Catwoman's Batcave.
There's so many good ones out there.
I just thought maybe Sam was the voice of reason in the pre-show, and he's like, "Dude, you can't do this. You can't do this. You got to pick
I had
different
done it
ones."
before Sam even came in. I decided to give it another go because when I did it originally, I was on my work computer.
Sam can't watch porn. One of his 11 kids might walk in.
That's true. That is true.
You looked at porn on your work computer?
What?
I'm the IT guy. If it gets blocked, no one knows but me.
Oh, Kyle, you were doing this on your work. Oh, geez.
Kyle's a fucking.
You gotta be careful, man. Not safe for
Am I going to
work.
get in trouble with IT?
Not safe for work, bro.
I'm the
Joe
one who
Doolin
sets
wants to
those
know.
standards.
How did Sponge Knob Square Nuts not make the list? I
I
mean,
just set my cover to Instagram.
oh.
Oh, he made his own. We can't put that on there. We can't put that on there, Hartman.
Yeah, I'd say put it up there.
One of my kids, speaking of my kids walking in on me, the opposite thing happened. So I got on my computer.
Kyle says, I'm the one that sets the standards.
I'm the one that gets the alert if it's, you know what I mean? So
I got on my computer one day.
I'll send it to you, Matt, and you can make the call.
No, I saw it. He sent it to me too.
I got on my computer one day and I go to Google. And you know how when you type in the search bar, it will bring up like recent searches. One of my kids had searched big anime boobs.
Hey, I go to him, I was like, tree, I guess.
I was like, hey man, are you looking at big anime boobs on the computer? He's like, no. I was like, don't lie to me, bro. I know everything you're doing on that computer. He's like, yes.
You need to teach your kid how to clear his browsing history.
No, I don't want him to do that. I want to know. I want to know what he's doing on the computer.
Sam wants to know in case he's missing something that he should have.
Well, I'm not going to get blamed for it. Is the thing. I'm not getting blamed for it.
Your wife comes in big anime boobs, huh, Sam?
Ed says, time to have the talk.
I swear it was her son, Sam.
Ronnie says, big anime boobs is my favorite site.
Oh, man.
This is a big wet anime boobs.
There's a lot to like. Yeah, there's a lot to like on that site.
Should we even do a comic review now?
I mean, you're the only one that read a book this week, so.
So, okay, I'll share my screen and I'll just run through it real quick.
Hold on.
I read Vanish, the Donny Cates new book on for Image. Kind of cool. I really actually enjoyed this first issue. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis. Dude was a superhero. Now he's a drunk. Dude, he starts to get mugged, and this superhero shows up to save him. But what it is actually what he knows is from his past when he was a kid. He went to Hogwarts, School of Magic, and he was learning magic, and they were doing this stuff. Dude shows up to take over, and this guy was supposed to be the one. He's the chosen one, the guy that was the drunk. But this is when he was a kid. And he's training all these sorcerers and stuff to, for some war. And he kind of didn't agree with the war. And he goes to the place he's supposed to, kind of like they do in Harry Potter. I'm pretty sure he was watching Harry Potter. Donny Cates was watching Harry Potter when he wrote this. That was the other thing I was going to pick for the top 5 was Harry Twatter. But so the dude shows up to do like this other villain shows up to take over this school, and he kills the headmaster. Headmaster's daughter gets pissed, And he's like, he's pretty much like, I'm the chosen one. I've got to do something. What I do like about this is he's like, the dude was like, hey, magic doesn't work on me here. And the kid's like, fuck magic. Blasts him in the head. You don't need magic. We don't need magic. And what happens is the other dudes take off. And what they're doing now is they're back and they're evil, but they're posing as good superheroes. And this dude knows what he's up to. And he's like, so he kills this one and it gets like his juices flowing and his power getting back. And now he knows what he has to do is he actually has to get rid of all the other ones since they're actually evil and they're posing as good superheroes. And that's kind of what happens. He's married to that chick that her dad died. But now he's got to put back on his Harry Potter robe. He's part of Ravenclaw. And so now he knows that, even though he's actually the good guy and the Prestige are actually the bad guys, he says, I guess it's my turn to be the bad guy. And that's kind of where it ends. It's actually a pretty cool story. It's worth checking out. I'm sure it's going to take a dive like all fucking Donny Cates stories do. But it's worth checking out. Not a bad story so far. For issue 1, I'm definitely going to check out issue 2 and see if it actually is going anywhere. But if you haven't checked out Vanish, it's good art because it's Ryan Stegman, so we're all pretty used to his art because his art's pretty good. But I'm pretty sure he's watching fucking Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter was an influence on this. So that is my comic review of the week.
Good reviews, Kyle.
Thank you, sir. Oh, Callie Max, I got to add to the... Did I miss anybody for the giveaway?
Is it dodgeball time yet?
Sure. We got movie wars, but we can do dodgeball before.
Oh, let's do movie wars. Movie wars, yeah. Forgot about movie wars.
All right, let's
Rich Citizen Titan here now. Callie Max.
Movie wars.
I'm not trying.
Didn't mean to cut you off, Sam.
That's fine.
So, as you know, last week, the Green Mile beat Big because Big just was on it was on the show for too long. We switched it to the Green Mile. The Green Mile won. And now we have the Green Mile versus Armageddon, one of the best movies ever made. S-tier movie. Which I'm sure Armageddon's going to win by a landslide because Ben Affleck's in it and he was the bomb in Phantom Joe. So here we go. The Green Mile versus Armageddon. What's it going to be?
Armageddon for me.
Armageddon, 1 vote. Sam.
Armageddon.
TK, Armageddon. Yeah, buddy, let's do it. Armageddon. Rodney, my man.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think it's a contest.
I do have a story about Armageddon. This is a Michael Bay movie, right?
Yes, Michael Bay directed it, and Lens Flare guy wrote it.
And there was like a Comic-Con panel or something where Michael Bay was there, and someone says, "Hey, Michael, wouldn't it have been easier to train the astronauts to drill than to train the Roughnecks to be astronauts?" And he said his response was, "Hey, how about you shut the fuck up?"
Damn. So we've got 1 vote so far for Green Mile. Joe says neither.
Ouch.
Jorge says Armageddon. 00 says The Burbs.
Ronnie said that damn movie made me cry, not even joking.
So it looks like Armageddon with a landslide. I'm stoked, guys.
It makes Kyle cry every time he has memories of being on the beach with Liv Tyler and Steven Tyler just serenading him.
Close my
That's one while
eyes.
trying to get laid.
Don't want to fall asleep.
Yeah, he wouldn't stop singing while Kyle was trying to get laid.
I know, I'm trying to get laid. Quit trying to serenade it. Come on, motherfucker.
Look,
Man, we need to
Steven,
find that. We need to find
I've
that.
asked you time and time again to please go away.
We need to find that thumbnail made and show everybody one of these times.
Be like, this is your daughter. It's really weird. Can you get away from me?
Can you please go away?
Hartman says, eat animal crackers. I think he set it up there. He's got Armageddon. So we got 23 people in the chat. They're all just waiting for $100. It looks like I'm going to give it about another minute for people to vote. If not, Armageddon's going to win, and it's going to go up against I already know what movie. So
I think Armageddon already did win.
It'll be Hudson Hawk, right?
God,
Bruce Willis movie Hudson Hawk.
That movie's dog shit.
We'll see. It's not Hudson Hawk though.
The whole 9 yards.
It looks like Armageddon wins. People really don't like to vote on this segment.
Q. What are you talking about? We got like 12 votes already.
I know. I'm just playing. So Armageddon wins. Thank you. I knew you guys loved me. I appreciate all of your votes for it. And
I'm looking for that photo, Kyle. I'm trying to look on the
dude, it was
page.
So long ago.
It was, yeah.
It was nice. When we did Absolute Geek, it was really nice. Our listeners were awesome. And
not like now.
Our listeners now are awesome too, but they would send us in like Photoshop shit of us. And it was great. Like shit that we would talk about, all of a sudden we would get all of these Photoshops of us in these like weird scenarios, and it was pretty awesome. And I think even then I was spreading my love of Armageddon and Liv Tyler. This has been on the radar for a long time.
I'm trying to find it.
This is my sleepy time movie. This is what I put on when I'm ready for bed. So I pretty much watch it every night. I switch between this and Jurassic Park. Dodgeball 3 is going. You guys, when we get to Dodgeball, let's go ahead and switch to Dodgeball.
All right. Armageddon wins.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Dodgeball.
You want to
Let's do the clips.
Let's do the clips.
Yeah. So tonight's clips, or this week's clips, I actually had 8 highlights posted, which is a lot. Usually it's just like 2 or 3. But there were a lot of really good highlights, so I had to narrow it down to just 2 for the show. The first one features a buddy of mine, the guy who I formed a Triple D Dodgeball League with. His name is Brian. He was our camera guy on our ghost hunt for Thresholds. And he used to be a member of the Phoenix Suns halftime show called the Soul Patrol. He's the guy with the long hair.
The Soul Patrol are the ones that accused me of stealing one of the drummer's drumsticks.
So this is him just being majestic, running around. You know, his ponytail's kind of flowing, and then, he got caught lacking at the line. And that one, I think, is not getting as much love as it deserves. But then we can go to the other one.
And he just scampers away.
Yeah, he scampers away. This one, I think, is just an absolutely wild match. I wish we could get a little bit zoomed in on it. But this is like at the end of it. It's pretty close to the end. The front of it is pretty good. So it'll start over. All right, so here we go. The other team has big jump. Just missed him. Sam throws, miss. Oh, they got Ted. Sam grabs a rebound, hits Brian. Tyler comes in from behind Sam, nails Jet. Boom, boom. Getting that front end action again. Boom. There we go. Poor Ted. Ted was the only guy that got out. But then Tyler hits Jet. And then I hit. All right. I almost hit Diamante. And Diamante almost hits me. And then Diamante gets caught by Tyler. Ted's back in. Ted versus Gabe. Gabe gets Tyler. I miss Gabe. Gabe misses Jace. Misses Jace again. Tyler with the kickback to Ted. Ted gets Gabe. Game over. Awesome. Just a lot of action. I think if you guys ever watch like the sanctioned dodgeball leagues, they're very slow, very boring versus ours because they're on a big open court and they kind of do one guy. It's like role play combat where one side gets a turn and then the other side gets a turn. Whereas with Triple D, everything's happening very quickly all at the same time. And so you don't really get a whole lot of downtime. Our matches usually last about a minute and then it's on to the next one.
He said.
But last week I showed you guys there was a clip that had gotten like 3.5 million views or something. It's up to 3.7 million. And this last week, can you go to the
Yep, I got it.
Yeah. This last week, we got an invitation from Toscana Dodgeball in Italy to come and join them next summer for the European Cup, European Dodgeball Cup. And there's like 10 guys in our league, and a lot of them are just kids working at the gas station. And the trip costs about $2,500 a person. We kind of calculated it out, $2,500 a person. So we're trying to raise money to get everybody to go. Now, this GoFundMe is I'm basically putting in my own money. That I'm the only person who's donated so far. There's 2 donations up there. I donated $100. My buddy Brian is the anonymous who donated the other $5. And, we'll figure out a way to get the funds. But if you guys feel like we have entertained you at all with our Triple D action, we would love for you to participate, help us get to Italy next summer. We still got a long ways to go. It's like 9 months away. So any help that you guys can offer would be greatly appreciated. We're just trying to show them what Triple D can do. And, it's going to be in Tuscany, Italy, in a little town called Lucca, in a beautiful gym they have there. And, of course, we're going to record the whole thing and put up the highlights for you guys as well. And hopefully we make Arizona, make America proud. We're not really a sanctioned league, so this is probably going to be frowned upon as far as the USA Dodgeball organization is concerned. But we're an underground dodgeball league, man, and we're bringing it to the masses, and they can't stop us.
Yeah, it's stopping you guys.
Can't stop us now.
I will. Okay, if we reach our goal, I promise I will wear the Average Joe's uniform during the Italy tournament. I promise you that right now.
Sweet.
So
I figured you were just going to wear it anyway.
We're gonna get some uniforms that are like Arizona flag with the 3Ds over the top of where the star is, and represent like that. But I will definitely pack the Average Joe's and wear it during the championship because we're gonna win this tournament. Anyway, thanks you guys, appreciate it, and thanks for the spot. And if anybody has ideas about fundraisers, because this is all new to me, anybody has ideas about fundraisers we could do, please let us know at Triple D Dodgeball on Instagram.
Car wash.
Oh yeah, do a bikini car wash with all
Yeah.
of our guys. You got Adonis, Blake, and Corbin there, and me and Brian.
If you could put the
Want to see
link
us
up.
bending over with our hairy bellies on your car wash? We'll absolutely do it. If it means we're going, we'll absolutely do it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so
Italy.
this is the moment everybody's been waiting for. So let me share my screen. To win the $100, though, you must be present to win.
And you have to have Venmo.
And you
Make
have
those
to have
Venmo
Venmo.
accounts.
So, am I missing any names? I don't think I've seen anybody new come into the chat.
Only because I'm lazy and I'm not going to go through the process of transferring it from one fun sharing pro app to another. So,
Okay, so are you guys ready? Who is going to win $100 because Matt is too lazy to buy prizes?
hey, no. There's not too lazy. All right. I tried to call you to verify a book and you didn't answer, and I'd already left. The next one, I just wasn't going to give the dude my money because he was a douchebag. It was up between the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet and Silver Surfer or the first Scott Lang as Ant-Man. So, I feel like getting $100 of your own money and
looks like it's Stepford Wolf. Congratulations, Stepford Wolf.
Hopefully he's still in the chat.
You are the recipient of a Marco's $100.
Congratulations.
So we'll give him a minute to
claim the prize.
To chime in. And
Hartman is complaining about the spin. He says, "What a weak spin, Jesus Christ." Astro says she's here. I have not seen her.
There she is.
Sorry, she. There you go. So you can, if you got Venmo, email Matt, not email, but message him at Absolute Geek Podcast, right?
Yeah, on Instagram.
And say, "Where's my money, bitch?" So awesome. You won $100. Congratulations to the other winners tonight. Like I said, if you want
winners a big round of applause.
Message me.
Big round of applause for all our winners. Hell yeah, Matt. What did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm just here.
But when you do go buy a book,
for being here,
let us know what you bought, because I would love to know what you spent Marco's money on.
Hardman says my dead grandmother could spin harder.
Damn you, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Nobody has to spend that money on the dodgeball. Just if you guys, even if you guys just share it, I would totally appreciate you sharing the link for the GoFundMe. We're doing our best to raise money for that, and we've got 9 months, so I think we'll be able to do it. $25,000 in 9 months, totally doable.
Good luck.
I'm telling you, dude, car wash.
At the car wash.
Car wash every day for 9 months.
So, well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, as I'm going to go watch On Patrol.
Yes.
Hey, it went around, didn't it?
He's talking about Price is Right, bro.
Oh, I thought he was talking about this one. So, thanks you guys for hanging out. Thank you for enjoying our top 5. It was a good one. We'll have to clip that one and make it a
reel.
Something. A reel. So rigged. Whatever, Solo. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Yes, have a good one. We'll see you guys. Again, make sure to check out the Star Wars show tomorrow night right here on Renovision. Check out the tax show right here on Renovision. Check out Absolute Geek on Friday night over on our channel. Check out Thresholds of Reality as they release fire content. Feels like almost daily. And
twice a week.
then check us out right here next Saturday on Saturday Night Special to see what other hijinks we're up to. It's a good time as always. So yeah, thanks for everyone in the chat. Fire as always. And we'll see you guys around the block and then right here next Saturday.